Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Gone are the days of wrestling with our favorite LJN wrestling figures, trying to convince them to stand up. What's a guy to do? I'll tell you what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get on Etsy and look up 4 Left 3D Creations and get yourself these amazing custom LJN figure stands. There is a custom stand available for every single one of your LJN Wrestling Superstar figures. Make your display shine by grabbing these custom LJN stands from 4 Left 3D Creations today.
Hello, everybody. Jason Upner's Revolution Cave with the children. They are currently playing Monster Party on the NES.
Shut up.
Okay. I guess I'll shut up. It's the LJN Wrestling Superstars retrospective, closer look, taking a look at each and every figure that shaped our childhoods, gave us a reason to get up in the morning. The LJN Wrestling Superstars. We're closing out Series 1, 1985. We've got the figure that I got for Christmas 1985, as I did most of the Series 1. This is, of course, direct from the Soviet Union. Nikolai Volkoff. That's right, Nikolai. Complete with his custom LJN stand from 4 Left 3D Creations. That's right, hop on Etsy and make your LJN figure stand forever with the custom LJN stand from 4 Left 3D Creations, Nikolai Volkoff, complete with little tiny T-Rex arms. Yeah, I never understood that. Nikolai has tiny little arms. Definitely a played with figure. Absolutely a played with figure because he teamed with the Iron Sheik so much in my federation. Multi-time tag team champion, never went any further than that. Never had the Intercontinental belt, never was really a world title contender at all, but definitely held the brown-strapped LJN tag team titles with the Iron Sheik. Yes, they were managed by Freddie Blassie, just like in real life. And yes, Nikolai Volkoff was a go-to figure because he could lose. So you could have the Junkyard Dog have a competitive match with Nikolai Volkoff and be defeated, Nikolai be defeated. You could have Ricky Steamboat have a great match and defeat Nikolai. You could have Tito Santana have a great match and defeat Nikolai. So I used him a lot, not as a job guy necessarily, but as a tough opponent for Dog, Steamboat, Santana, guys like that. Nikolai Volkoff. Now, I watched so much wrestling as a kid that I actually memorized the Soviet national anthem. If you'll recall, old Nikolai here, as he got into the ring, would be, this ultimate heat magnet by requesting that the crowd rise and respect his singing of the Soviet national anthem. And this is 1985, folks. So we are Ronald Reagan, we are Mikhail Gorbachev, Cold War, Russia versus the USA. Russia, if you wanted to be, every federation, major, minor, whatever, had Russian bad guys. You had the Koloffs, you had Nikolai Volkoff. In the AWA, you had, Soldat Ustinov and Boris Zukov. I'm sure Crusher Yurkov from World Class was Bam Bam Bigelow. But, if you wanted to just get an easy, cheap bad guy, just make them from Russia, And even today, it's so silly. If I see like indie posters around town, there's always like a Russian bad guy. Even in indie wrestling. And it's funny, it's hilarious. It's an ode to, the days where it mattered. And now I don't think it matters. But what a heat magnet those Russian national anthems. And in some arenas like Philly, like the Spectrum, Nikolai was in a bit of danger during the national anthem, the Russian national anthem. He would be pelted with whatever the Philly crowd could throw. And this was before the days where you'd get thrown out for throwing anything at a wrestler. It was almost like it was just expected. And Nikolai would stand there and belt out the anthem. Now, I heard it so many times as a kid, I memorized it. Obviously not the words, but I memorized the tune.
Sing it.
I'm not going to sing it. It's you know, Hallo, hallo, I'm not going to sing it.
Trash.
Okay, well, it is trash. I don't know the words, but you know the sounds. And that's what I learned it from watching wrestling. Met Nikolai Volkoff once. What are you doing, Finn? Drumsticks are in his mouth for some reason. I met Nikolai Volkoff once at a show in Pennsylvania, an IWC show, and got his, went to an autograph signing, and got his autograph, and took a photo with him. I had him sign I had him sign my card at LJN at the time, which he didn't comment on at all. I had him sign a program cover of him, so a WWF program of him and Corporal Kirshner, and the only time he interacted, speaking with me wise, was when he called Corporal Kirshner Colonel Klink. He was signing, Colonel Klink, and, he said whatever. So that was I'm laughing, and then this is when autographs were not $50 a piece. He also signed a 8x10 promo of a black and white promo of him holding the old WWF tag titles. So I got 3 items signed and a photo for whatever, probably $40. This is when autographs were $10 a piece. So I did meet Nikolai. Sadly, he obviously passed away years ago. But a very, very well-used LJN figure, Nikolai Volkoff. And now we will take a closer look at Nikolai right now. All right, folks, here we have a closer look at Nikolai Volkoff. Of course, we will take a look at this beautiful custom LJN stand from 4 Left 3D Creations. That's right. If you want your LJNs to stand better than they ever have before, get on Etsy, 4 Left 3D Creations, get your stands. Nikolai Volkoff, another classic accessory, the Russian hat that is lost. Always lost. Decent face sculpt. The short cropped hair of Volkoff. The goatee mustache combo. One of the, Nikolai's wearing the red USSR t-shirt. One of a few wrestlers who was wearing the t-shirt. We got Don Morocco over there I'm looking at. We got Roddy Piper wearing the t-shirt. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't love it, but it's fine. Obviously, as a kid, it never impacted play, because we had these imagination things. Nowadays, thank you, Liam. Nowadays, if a wrestler had a shirt on, a kid would be complaining about it for days on WrestlingFigs.com forums, talking about how inaccurate the figure is. But red, kind of a t-shirt sweater type thing. Nikolai wore the heavy t-shirt in the ring, the sweater almost, the Russian sweater. Red trunks, red everything, with yellow USSR writing. We have double fist, decent pose, but tiny arms. The problem with this figure is that the arms are so small. The wingspan of this figure is barely anything. But the pose is fine. It's a great play pose. Turning the figure around, nothing new to see back here. We've just got the red all the way down the figure. Let's see if we got a copyright date on this guy. I'll have to look at it. Yeah, it's 1984. Trust me, it's 1984. So again, the figures are at least produced by 1984, stamped 1984 on even Nikolai. Great figure. The arms kill it. The short little arms kill it. Could he have been bigger, wider, thicker? Maybe. But this was a well-used LJN figure. As I said earlier, due to its ability to lose, but fight convincingly against Dog, Santana, Steamboat, etc. Nikolai Volkoff, the final figure of Series 1. We will be back with Series 2 next time. Good night, Nikolai.
A los a los reyes de vida la boca.